and it is Fix My Style time. I'm sorry, we're a little later today, but I wasn't sure that we were gonna make it. Welcome to my new streaming closet. And the paint back here is barely dry. That's why I didn't know if it was going to be done in time for today. But it is. So I thought, you know what? What better subject than this that's just happening right now in my life? And since it's happening to me, I'm sure it's happening to a lot of you. So we've talked about kind of setting up a video background wherever you are, kind of if you're on the traveling, things to think about. But today I want to talk about having a dedicated streaming or video conferencing space. If you work from home or have an office somewhere and you do a lot of streaming or video or recordings, having a dedicated space really can help you in so many ways. And it's really a great idea. So this is now mine. And from up until yesterday afternoon, this was a coat closet in our house. But it will now be my home for all streaming and for podcasting and all those great things. So let me just kind of walk you through a little bit the thinking process and things, some ideas and things to think about. So let me share my screen with you and take you through. So this was the coat closet up until yesterday. A little bit different, right? So I want to thank my husband who gave up most of his storage space. I found him somewhere else to be, but thank you. I really appreciate it. So the reason why dedicated space really was a lot to do with sound. As those of you, some of you might know that I also do a podcast, friend and BFF Ingrid Hernandez, and we really heard the sound was an issue. I hope the sound is great now. I haven't tried. It's so new. But it really was bouncing around a lot in our house. And that's the problem with all these concepts that we love to live in, but they're not always great for online or video. I have so to think about the sound. So I needed a space with carpet, which this closet has, and somewhere was where that would be more confined. So I'm still working on putting up some insulation squares and stuff, but hey, it's a work. I at least got the paint done. Another thing why a dedicated space is great, this is something I do often for clients, is to find that space, either if it's behind your desk or somewhere in your house, where you can control the background and intentional. So when it comes to colors and what you put up in this background, you can really make it work for you. You can control exactly. So now I know, since my backdrop is solid color, I can wear some because it's not going to clash. So you always know what to expect, and it's not color wise what to wear and all of it. It's a decision when you know exactly what you're sitting in front of. And then you can make it interesting. And I call it the lean in moment. I'm sure what that is, but people go, oh, what is that behind her? Oh, it says something about you, and it really can make the experience a little more interesting, make you look a little more interesting. And it is great marketing. It's free marketing time, and they're sitting there watching the screen. So I put up my logo here, and you can put up, if you're publishing a book or whatever it is, you can put it up the background, and really it's a great marketing tool. And I'm going to go in more about the shelves and how things can be switched over. So some ideas to think about when creating this dedicated space for you. Now, color wise, it's good to have a neutral color. And I know this gray or almost black, but it is still, in my mind, fairly neutral. It's not a something that's going to clash with a lot of others. Also, I'm on, those of you that read my blog or follow me know that I'm on this black and white kick right now. I love the contrast. Also, knowing so light and blonde, having a darker backdrop is going to be better. It's going to make me pop more and not wash me out. Some of the lighter background, I've really had to think about creating more contrast so that it doesn't get all washed out. Now, another thing to think about, and there you see is the work in progress last night. When you decorate your dedicated space or your backdrop, make sure you do it with the screen on. So this is my computer. I had the Restream, or you whatever program you use mostly for video conferencing or for recording, but make sure that you're decorating with that, seeing it through that instead of just seeing it, in real life. Because I didn't know you were going to see so much of the white on the side here. I thought see the black in the background, but no. So it's really important to make sure that you're doing it for the screen. Whatever goes on outside of the screen doesn't matter. So make sure before you start nailing things to the wall that you put your screen on. Now, symmetry is something that the eye really loves because it makes sense. If you see something once and then you see it one more time, it all makes sense for the brain. So having, think when you do in this on a video screen like this, having symmetry from one side to the other is really important to make sure it's not getting lopsided or you're not disappearing in the screen. So symmetry, super important. Now, eye shelves behind. And these, because this is a closet, I couldn't do any deep shelves. So these are actually some pictures we've had from an old house that we happen to have saved, thankfully. But by having shelves, you can change around. You're not always going to have the same background. And you can also change things around on the shelf depending on how many people. So when I'm recording with Ingrid, we're going to be 2 people here. So we're probably going to move things around here because our faces are going to take up more of the actual screen. And again, with shelves, you can easily switch out logos, anything you want to promote, changing, nails in the wall. And changing it out can also make, it could be a thing that you do and that people are going to wait and see, oh, I wonder what he hasn't or she or he have in their backgrounds today. So really, that is a great way to get that in moment. So I love the good shelves. And if you've seen this show before, a lot of my backgrounds have shelves. So to incorporate it here too, because it really, with very small measures, you can create a lot of that interest. One thing is glare, because again, for light should be coming straight on your face from the top. But with that behind you, you can see the glare from the light. So if you're using images or pictures or frames or anything, make sure to think about the glare. So for instance, I just took away the glass. So it's a frame without a glass, which makes it, but of course now there are picture frames and glass. You can frame things glare free, but otherwise just take the glass away. And because it is just for the screen purpose and not, for your everyday life, you can definitely fib a little. It's all smoke and mirrors. And we've talked about this before in backdrops. Some natural elements, always nice to have, softens up the screen. So here I have some cute little plants that I found. Probably will add some more. Maybe I'll have some in the corners. Who knows? It's all work in progress. But having a few natural elements will really soften up the whole look. So those are some ideas to think about when you create that dedicated space. And it really is great to know you have it, and to have it kind of ready whenever the need to film something or the need for a call comes up. So let me just show you some of the other backdrops I've had that you've probably seen. This is one that I used a lot for TV. It's a great shelf. I love that backdrop. It creates that drama and interest, and you can put some candles in the back. Same thing, my office. Love the shelves and the backdrops I have there. But again, the sound is the issue. So it really is hard. And again, open concept, and someone walks in and someone walks around or the dog barks. Here you can't hear any of that. So those were some ideas that I hope will help. And let me turn that off. Oh, come on. There we go. And yep, I hope that helps. I hope that inspire you to maybe find a piece of a wall somewhere, a corner somewhere where you can create a dedicated space. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below or send me a DM. And any style issues you want me to fix, send them along. Love to have you on. Until next time, as always, chic happens one closet at a time. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.